Will detect small environments and geological changes and provide us with early warning signals to help prevent disasters, such as soil slides, earthquakes, and tsunamis before they occur. By monitoring water and food quality and pest the world in 2050. Have you ever imagined that you will have autonomous and electric cars? You will fly in Airbuses, and your work will be totally taken by machines like robots? If not, then don't worry, because it is going to happen in the next few decades. Make sure to watch this video until the end, because we're going to show you the world in 2050. Today, the world's population is about 7.6 billion. More people are living in their 90s and 100s. By 2050, the world's population will be over 9.2 billion, and 1 in 6 people will be over the age of 65. In 2050, robots will play an important role in monitoring and maintenance of our planet. Using special optics, including the infrared camera, the robot will be used where the human is to walk. Artificial intelligence will be able to make this robot become decision makers in combination with high-end sensors, which will allow them to be used in many of the offerings. By 2050, almost hidden vast computers will live everywhere: buildings, highways, vehicles, even in the clothing we wear. In 2050, your digital life and your real life will be almost smooth. You will have a PCM, personal computing machine, in your pocket or in your wrist. It will not run on batteries or need a charger. Its power will be generated by heat or by sunlight. Turn on by voice command, it will connect its owner to the network. It will enable anyone in the world to interact with. It will also attach to a driverless car, its owner's home, or program to communicate with it all the other devices. Since each sound is unique, its owner will not need a password, and the device will always be safe. Key countries entering the era of the abundance economy will be in a post-decline mode. This will result in the molecular complexity of the structure, complex building structures, nuclear explanations, more precisely, less expensive and more flexible way of making products, in part to change the base of existing manufacturing. It has not only started changing the location of today's computer chip making plants, but it will reach all kinds of manufacturing facilities. By 2050, solar energy will be the world's largest energy source, followed by fossil fuels, coal, oil, and gas. Solar power will be reduced very low, as more than half of the cost of solar photo-optic systems will be dropped, as it will offer incentives to governments to switch to solar energy. In 2050, we will see the internet potential in more devices and products. Networking coverage will increase. Wireless networks will work as the primary access point for more devices. Machines that work as a backbone for the internet will rely on fast physical connections able to transfer data at hidden speeds. In the blink of the eye, a network will be the usual sending equivalent of a Blu-ray disc filled with data across the network. In 2050, all the population of the world will be in contact with each other, reducing the world borders. However, there will be privacy issues. Our private information will be part of public records on the internet. Drones technology in 2050. Future uses for drones are limited only by our imagination. By 2050, we will have full integration of airspace in low and high altitudes, including all sizes, passenger drones, traditional aircraft, and even a variety of vehicles. We will break the paragraph of a drone completing a mission. In 2050, the same drone will hold more than one mission at the same time. For example, a FEAR on a mapping mission will also monitor traffic during the early hours, detect fires, and automatically report authorities, enable faster response times. Different drones will also interact with each other to complete the same mission, such as search and rescue or delivery. Drones will automatically reactivate the process, including inspection, repair, insurance, claim processing, and also the settling of materials. Large drones will launch small drones to perform fast response missions. They will detect small environments and geological changes and provide us with early warning signals to help prevent disasters, such as soil slides, earthquakes, and tsunamis before they occur. By monitoring water and food quality and pest population, drones will prevent the spread of disease. They will monitor the population of animals and plant animals to give us early warning before they become endangered. Future drones will be a combination of aircraft and Earth's autonomous vehicle to combat the power of road emissions and recharge and then fly to a point where they are required for the next mission. Cars in 2050. As each of us knows that in 2050 advanced technology will engage the whole world, similarly, the cars in 2050 will have plenty of modern technology with more safety, security, and many more advanced features. Currently, only 0.3% of cars are electric in the whole world, but in 2050, all the cars will be electric and autonomous with the most advanced technology. It will reduce the fuel consumption by depleting the air pollution and helping in the decarbonization. The most amazing feature of 2050 cars is their digital paint technology. Due to this modern technology, the passengers will be allowed to change the color of their cars according to their choice and mood. The cars in 2050 will be driverless, having the plain shape as well as giving a scope of modern technologies that allow the folks to customize their driving experience, and will be designed like a home to relax the passengers and providing the facility to sleep on the mattress in their cars. 2050 Airbus shows that passenger aircraft will reduce the emission, snow, and noise of the down-to-earth sliding and also allows for smaller runways. According to 2050 Airbus, transparent roofs will allow passengers to see the sky and stars' beauty above their seats. 2050 Airbus will give the virtual reality on space, able to change cabin space in golf courses and offices. Biofuels are fuels made from living things such as algae. The 2050 Airbus technology sees them as a way of reducing their carbon footprint in the future. Airbus flights will be less air resistant in the formation of a future aircraft. Military equipment technology in 2050. Technology is revolutionizing how the war continues. The Department of Defense must maximize the development of QIS autonomous neutral vehicles and platforms, artificial intelligence-affected robots, and the theory ready to address future threats. In 2050, exoskeleton-equipped soldiers can take heavy machine guns installed on vehicles today, while tanks with the cannon of the howitzer class can be armed, which is achieved by 7 centuries of weapons development according to a mathematical formula. The tank will be heavily and better armed too. Current trends suggest that tank units of 2050 can be armed with a 152mm meter or even 155mm gun by 3 or 4 people, 70 which is like an M77 howitzer. But COT also put the foursome smaller 2-person tank, which can offload at 45 kilometers per hour, putting up to 10 135mm rounds a minute on targets out to 5,000 meters. The robot will work more on the field to get it out of the harmful way, as the pilotless aircraft currently do. Those who are on the field will gain the augmented abilities to the point of seeming superhuman. Man will have the ability to physically and mentally improve the skills of the foregoing sectors to understand their environment, to make sense of their environment, and to interact with each other. Construction's technology in 2050. The construction site in 2050 will be free of human activity. Several robots will work for the buildings of complicated structures by dynamic advanced material. Building elements will assemble themselves. Drones will fly from the plane to scan the site regularly, inspect the work, and the collected data will be used to predict and solve problems before it is used, sending instructions to robotic cranes, diggers, and automated builders without the need of human involvement. The role of human oversight will be simultaneously to manage multiple projects, access 3D and 4D visual and data from the on-site, and ensure that it's construction work in progress. Very few people who access the site near themselves will wear robotically enhanced exoskeleton and use neural control technology to move and control machinery and other robots on site. Healthcare technology. The development of natural tissue and organs will not only be a treatment for organ failure, heart, lung, or kidney, but will also affect spinal injuries, the disease of the Parkinson's, and other nervous conditions. We will have improved table devices and more robot procedures. By 2050, for some operations, the surgeon will not be required. Doctor robots will take over the operations tomorrow. Smart drugs will increase the cognitive brain function and nerve connectivity during strengthening prefrontal cortex and enhancing memory. Technology development and healthcare industry is the maximum out of patients procedure, telemedicine, and self-monitoring, in which 2050 patients will only go to hospitals for complex surgery and emergencies. Telemedicine will not only be used for counseling and treatment, but also with easily accessible and understandable healthcare information to educate as a whole. Also, the evidence is increasing that the technology, like virtual reality, will be more widespread in medicine. It is predicted that 30 years ago now, the most healthcare delivery would be in practice. In fact, all healthcare delivery can be done in practice because it is easier for the provider to be patient and more efficient. Increasing population in 2050 and its effects on agriculture. The current global population is 7.6 billion. It is expected to be 9.2 billion by 2050. By 2050, the population in developed countries will be 1.2 billion. It will be the same, only relatively consistent, because the population growth in the United States will decrease in Europe and Japan. It is clear that all population growth in developing countries is taking place. In particular, Asia will participate in a surprising 41% and Africa 47% in 2050 toward this growth. The general consensus is that global agriculture production has increased from the current level to about 60 to 70% to meet the growing food demand in 2050. This account is taken into several factors. First, change in dietary habits. Growing economic growth and income levels in developing countries are leading people to eat more animal protein and dairy products. This means more food production to feed animals under the highly food system. Animals are not effective feed converters. For example, meat cattle usually need 8 to 10 kilograms of feed to produce 1 kilogram of meat. Calories every 100 calories are fed to animals in the form of edible crops. The return is just about 25 calories in the form of meat and dairy products. Which of these modern technologies of 2050 do you think is the most amazing one? Don't forget to give your opinion in the comments section. Thanks for watching the video till the end. Don't forget to drop a like down below. It motivates us to bring more awesome content for you guys.